Greetings and salutations, mortals. 'Tis I, Naszvanu, and welcome to part 7 of What If Naruto Was Half Uchiha. Just wanted to greet you guys by saying sit back and relax. You're in for a treat. And so, we begin. So, what are you planning to do when we get home? Naruto asked. Tonight he is responsible for taking the first watch, so Sasuke decided to join him. Well, now that Kakashi-sensei has shown his jutsu, I'm going to make something that can enhance my physical limits, Sasuke said, looking up at the night sky. Naruto pondered this a bit. What about fire? What do you mean fire? Sasuke asked, thinking Naruto was officially an idiot. I heard somewhere that the Raikage used some kind of lightning cloak. So what about a fire cloak? The fire enhancing your strength and speed. That's the dumbest yet coolest idea I've ever heard. I think I can make it work, but it may take a while to perfect it. What are you going to do? Well, you know about the QB and me. Sasuke looked at Naruto with an emotionless face. No shit. Well, I've been stealing his chakra every time I use my Sharingan. I want to see if I can force it to give me more chakra. You'll place all the strain on his Sharingan, so that'll be useless. It's just an idea. The more chakra I have, the stronger I can make myself. Who knows? Maybe if you figured out the cloak thing, you can help me create one as well, Naruto said, rubbing the back of his head sheepishly. The two sat in silence, just staring up at the stars, recapping over their training the last couple of days. The bridge should hopefully be completed tomorrow, so the team will depart soon after. The next day soon arrived, the salty smell of the ocean getting familiar to the team. I wonder if the Chidori can combine with the kunai, Naruto asked, pulling out a kunai, but quickly got slapped by Sasuke. Don't test that here, you numbnuts. Ow! What was that for? We just learned that jutsu, but here you want to change it already. Naruto reluctantly placed his kunai away. Currently the two Uchihas are waiting for Kakashi and Sakura to come out of Tasu's home. The girl woke up a day ago and was already determined to go with the team to the bridge. Kakashi was against it, but Sakura didn't take no for an answer. Soon the two exited out of the home. Sakura was heavily bandaged on her chest. The rest of her limbs had bad bruises. Hey guys, Sakura said with a close-eyed smile. Naruto felt the urge to hug the girl from relief, but restrained himself. Good to have you back, Sakura-chan. Naruto returned to Sakura's smile with one of his own, causing the girl to feel butterflies in her stomach. He called me Sakura-chan. Sakura screamed internally. Sasuke let out his acknowledgement. Alright, team, let's get going. Tazuna piped up as he appeared behind the group. Tazuna had started using Naruto and Sasuke as free labor, making them carry heavy boxes and equipment every day. Needless to say that whatever joy they had was quickly sapped away with every grueling moment. With Team Setting heading off, the building site was a ways away, but as soon as they arrived, the site wasn't filled with hardworking men. In fact, no one was there. Something seems off, Kakashi said, his eyes scanning the area. He's been to the bridge many times, but everything seems off, especially the weather. Sasuke, Naruto, cover the rear, the men commanded. But nobody replied. Looking back, the two Uchihas were missing. Where did those two idiots go now? Tazuna asked, trying his best to keep calm. Kakashi looked around in attempts to find the two, but no trace was left. Mist slowly started rising on the sides of the desolate bridge. A cold chill ran down the Jonin's spine. The man clenched his teeth before asking, Sakura, can you protect Tazuna? The girl didn't have a moment's hesitation as she instantly got out of kunai. You can count on me, Kakashi-sensei! The mist soon got denser and denser as it slowly started covering the whole bridge. We meet again, Kakashi of the Sharingan. Zabuza's voice was cold and filled with malice. This time, those two brats won't be interfering in our fight. A short distance away were the two Uchihas. How long are you going to take? Sasuke shouted from the path. Just give me a moment, Naruto shouted back, currently relieving himself against a tree. The others have already gone out of view. Why couldn't you have gone earlier? Also, why are you forcing me to stay with you? When nature calls, you just gotta go, and plus, I want a company. Well, why you're peeing? You're hopeless. The boy growled to himself as he waited on the path, getting impatient. After a couple minutes, Naruto has still to come out. You done yet or what? The boy asked, getting more jaded. Ah! Naruto let out. What, did you get it caught in your zipper? Sasuke snickered. No reply came though. Sasuke walked further into the woods to where Naruto was. The only thing there was an ice needle stuck against a tree. Naruto, where are you? Sasuke shouted until a heat wave came from deeper in the forest. Instantly the boy took off, knowing something was terribly wrong. The boy ran into the wood for a couple of meters before an ice needle suddenly went zipping past his head, narrowly missing. Who the hell attacks him when they pee? Naruto shouted before another wave of ice needles struck the area. Sasuke quickly went behind a tree, trying not to let himself get caught in the barrage. Did that idiot seriously get into a fight? Sasuke mumbled, seeing that the boy was facing someone. They were left vulnerable in an open field. The area was littered with pieces of ice. Some of the grass was charred by Naruto's jutsus. The air smelled like charcoal with the battle raging onwards. My, you are a fast one. A man said, wearing a mask. He was standing on top of a tree branch, shooting down a shower of ice needles. Naruto had a focused energy about him. His eyes were bright orange as he continued dodging the attacks. His shirt had been torn, and he had already multiple cuts across his body. Fire style! Fireball jutsu! Sasuke's voice rang out from the edge of the clearing. The hellfire rocketed towards the man, forcing him down from his perch. In his downfall, his mask fell off. You caught me off guard there. I think we'd have a 2v1. This will be interesting. Sasuke ran up to Naruto, seeing the boy was already exhausted. I leave you alone for 1 minute, and this is what happens. Can't help it, this guy thought shooting me with an ice needle was fun. I took it as a challenge, Naruto said with a grin. The boy was fired up. He loved not having to hold back against an opponent, and Sasuke knew this well. There is no client to protect, no sensei to interfere, and especially nothing in the path of his destruction. Will your friend be joining this battle? The man asked, getting up off the ground. He had a very feminine face, but this didn't bug Naruto in the least. Damn straight I will! This is my fight! Naruto shouted. Sasuke was cut off as Naruto pushed him back behind him, chakra seeping out from him in waves. The boy wasn't even using genjutsu at this point. Deep inside Naruto's mindscape, a being was squirming. The beast slammed himself against his cage in hopes to get away. Those eyes! Those devilish eyes! The fox shouted as a pair of Sharingan stared down at him, forcefully leeching some of the beast's power. Suddenly, in an orange-red blur, Naruto vanished from sight along with his opponent. All across the battlefield, the two raged on! At one stage, Sasuke barely saw an ice needle heading in his direction, but before he could get close to him, it was shattered. The boy was amazed at the sheer breakneck speed the two were fighting, but something was off. Naruto still seemed slower than his opponent. Along with the fact, Naruto's speed doesn't seem natural. The red-haired boy seemingly got his power out of nowhere. He's using the Kyuubi again, isn't he? Like he said last night. Sasuke asked himself, remembering what his father told him about Naruto. But the boy never knew Kyuubi could be used like this, able to boost one's power multiple times over. Sasuke was impressed and started to get more and more jealous as time ticked on. Suddenly, Sasuke's train of thought was broken as a massive pillar of ice shot out, launching Naruto into the tree next to Sasuke. That's when the young Uchiha noticed. Naruto's eyes were pale, and blood was seeping out of them. Did he actually forcefully take the Kyuubi's chakra? Naruto, get up! You've got a battle to finish! Sasuke said with slight desperation in his voice. But he knew this couldn't bring down Naruto, right? No movement came from Naruto as a strange feeling started to burn inside of Sasuke. A fire awakened in him as memories from the Uchiha massacre flooded back into him. One down, one more to go. The man's voice was cold as he picked up his mask once more, covering his face. You'll pay for this! Sasuke shouted as the sharp sting shot out into his eyes. His body seemed powerful, a lot more powerful in fact. Sasuke had no moment of hesitation as he shot off. He could sense everything around him, and nothing seemed too fast for him at the moment. His head started filling with words. Fire style. Flame Bastion! Sasuke shouted, feeling the words and hand signs just fly into his head. The jutsu that this boy has never heard of just got his body clad in fire, his speed increasing tenfold. The fire encased his body, yet he felt no heat. Sasuke went in for a swift punch to the man's jaw. A miniature explosion went off in his fist as he sent the man flying into a nearby rock face. Sasuke felt a wave of exhaustion fall over him, all of his energy seemingly sapped away. What was that cloak? Sasuke wondered, before falling unconscious. Over on the rock face, Haku was stuck within the wall, his body unmoving, and his face disfigured. No breath came from him. Death was the only thing Haku faced now. A minute or so later, Naruto felt his body ache as he could finally open his eyes. He found himself against a shattered tree. His back felt like it was destroyed. Where's that creep? Naruto asked himself as he slowly got back up. He saw Sasuke a few feet away, but the boy was luckily still breathing. Did Sasuke defeat that guy? Naruto wondered as he looked around but saw no signs of Haku. Suddenly a scream came from the bridge. Even if the bridge is so far away, Naruto could clearly hear who it was. Sakura! The boy shouted as he once again started forcing the Kyuubi to help him as he launched off. While the Uchihas were busy with their battle, another fierce battle was taking place. You seem faster, Kakashi. Are you maybe taking me seriously this time? Zabuza asked, seeing the man dodging the sword. It's not like you're going to give me a chance to relax, right? Kakashi replied before jumping back as a couple of clones took his place in the battle. The man simply stopped in front of Sakura, who seemed to be exhausted. Her wounds have reopened, but so far, she had been frantically fending off many clones, not allowing Tazuna to receive even a single scratch. Are you still doing okay here, Sakura? Kakashi asked, watching his clones getting slaughtered by Zabuza. Yeah, Sensei, I'm fine. The girl mustered her best smile for a Sensei, but this did not trick the man. Kakashi quickly ran back into battle. He had to finish this quickly. The battle had gone on far too long. Kakashi quickly started forming Hensai while Zabuza was busy with the clones. This is the end, Zabuza. Lightning style, Chidori! Kakashi shouted as the deafening sounds of birds chirping rang through the area. The man launched at Zabuza, his hand shrouded in lightning. Let's have fun with this girl here, Zabuza said, ignoring the Jonin's attacks as he dispersed into the mist, causing Kakashi's attack to hit nothing but air. Where did he go? Sakura asked fearfully, looking around constantly until suddenly Zabuza's tall figure stood in front of her. His sword reeled back as he was ready to come down on the girl. At that moment in time, everything seemed to have slowed down. Kakashi was too far to help. Tazuna was useless. And Sakura was caught off guard. The girl saw her whole life flash before her eyes. Zabuza's blade was barreling toward her, whistling as it sliced the air. A deafening scream escaped Sakura as fear sunk into her heart. The only thing she could do was close her eyes and wait for her inevitable end. His blade struck true. Or so he thought. Zabuza's eyes widened as a bright red flash lit up the area, shocking the swordsman to what he was seeing. You okay there, Sakura-chan? Naruto's voice asked wearily. The girl slowly opened her eyes, seeing Naruto standing in front of her. The boy's face was covered in blood. His eyes seemed to be pulsating with pain, but somehow he still showed a smile. Zabuza was behind Naruto, his blade drenched in crimson liquid. That's a stupid choice, kid. Zabuza growled as he went in for a second strike and was struck with the pain through his chest. As I said, it's over, Zabuza. Kakashi's voice was cold and filled with anger. His hand was stuck straight through the ninja's chest. The sounds of many birds chirping was the last noise Zabuza heard as his lifeless body hit the ground. Kakashi made sure Zabuza was dead before looking over to Naruto. The boy had a large slash across his back. Kakashi could nearly see his spine. But besides the wounds on his body, the boy had an aura about him. He seemed to have grown a lot in a short amount of time. You okay there, Naruto? The man asked, already knowing the real answer in his head. I'm fine, Kakashi-sensei, Naruto said, giving the Jonin his iconic smile, not giving his sensei this slight showing of how tired he was. Before the team could say anything else, someone started clapping from the other side of the bridge.
It seems you have failed me! You two were useless!
A short man in a suit said, with many other bandits behind him. Gato? Kakashi asked, unimpressed, looking over to Tazuna and only getting a nod in return. The white-haired man sighed as he stepped in front of the group. There was no way he'd allowed his Genin to be part of another battle. If Naruto looks like that, I don't think Sasuke is in any better condition, the man thought as he walked further towards Gato and his men. You all should get lost from this country. It's currently under ninja protection, Kakashi said, making up this lie as he goes.
Yeah? And what will one ninja be able to do?
Gato asked with a smug look on his face. This is the only plan Kakashi had. Well, one ninja can become 30, Kakashi said as clones of himself started puffing up around the area.
Keep your money, Gato! These ninjas aren't worth it!
A bandit exclaimed, followed by many more as they all started retreating. Even if these weren't real clones, they somehow worked. What will you do now, Gato? Kakashi asked, his fist clenched as he tried to keep himself upright as well. Using two Jidoris right after another wasn't a good idea.
Let's talk about this,
the man said, sweat beading down his face.
Kakashi, I think the villagers back home would like a word with him,
Tazuna said with a smirk. Good plan. Thank you all for indulging yourselves in the story thus far. Hope you enjoyed it. Now there are a few more things I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, we've got a primary channel called We the Celestials. We the Celestials is what we do here already, but their content is centered around the crazy world and lore of My Hero Academia. So please check us out over there if you're feeling in the mood for a roller coaster of quirky content. We also have another relative to our channel, Anime Deep Dive. Anime Deep Dive goes deep into the facts and lores of a wide variety of anime. It's sure to expand your weeb knowledge for all kinds of series guaranteed. I'd like to let you all know on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details will be in the description below. If you're perhaps interested in what we do here at WTC, then I would like to extend out an invitation to join the team. The only caveat being we only accept members 16 and older to join our crew. You can find us in our Discord, which you can locate in the description below. Our Discord is an all-around fantastic place to be, whether you're a fan or looking to join our band of misfits. All you gotta do is hit up the recruitment server and sign up for whichever category of work that fulfills your interest. We're always looking for members to join us. Well then, that is it from us for today's video. So thank you all for watching, and have a phenomenal day.